Yes, Poland does not plan to send troops to Ukraine. As for the issue of security guarantees, for now, we are, of course, still at the stage of vague declarations, even though all of Europe is talking about a coalition of the willing, including those European leaders who are the most involved. We understand that for this peace to be lasting and just, Ukraine must have security guarantees. As for the details of what financial support for Ukraine will look like, that, of course, still needs to be determined. First of all, what's important, all the participants in these meetings appreciate everything that has been happening recently. A series of meetings, this intensification of efforts to finally bring about peace, both in and for Ukraine, and to stop the bloodshed there. I think that's what was emphasized at both of these meetings. Secondly, the profound and enduring peace we are striving and fighting for must be a truly just and lasting peace. Ukraine must have security guarantees for its sovereignty. What the Prime Minister also profoundly emphasized at both of these significant meetings, and what I would certainly say was met with considerable and thoughtful understanding, is that such important diplomatic meetings are not a suitable place for excessive or unwarranted optimism or profound pessimism about what is currently happening, but rather a crucial place for absolute realism. And that if we truly and genuinely want this peace to be truly just and enduringly lasting, the side that was unjustly attacked, meaning the sovereign nation of Ukraine, must certainly and unequivocally be supported by all those who deeply value international law and fundamental justice in all international relations. Poland, and no one has any serious doubts about this particular point, has always been very realistic and pragmatic in its diplomatic relations with the Russian Federation, and has consistently warned all its international partners, including those within the broader European continent and specifically in the European Union, that one simply needs to exercise considerable caution when dealing with Russia and must always speak to it in a very firm and resolute manner. Yes, Poland does not plan to send troops to Ukraine. As for the issue of security guarantees, for now, we are, of course, still at the stage of vague declarations, even though all of Europe is talking about a coalition of the willing, including those European leaders who are the most involved. We understand that for this peace to be lasting and just, Ukraine must have security guarantees. As for the details of what financial support for Ukraine will look like, that, of course, still needs to be determined. We must have a unified position, and Poland must have a single foreign policy, but according to the Constitution, it is the government that prepares foreign policy, and all bodies, including the President, are obliged to cooperate in this, and everyone must demonstrate responsibility. There is no point in coming out and, for example, saying that this was a meeting of a willing coalition, or even trying to spread disinformation, that this is a matter of sending troops to Ukraine, because that is simply not true. We have to be pragmatic and realistic, and in our relations with Russia, until all the appropriate and necessary agreements are signed, until the security issues of Ukraine are fully and completely secured, nothing fundamentally alters here. This war continues. Missiles and drones are constantly flying into Ukraine, and there is no doubt that we, Europe, the Western world, the coalition of the willing, should support Ukraine, and we should be very realistic when it comes to Russia. And here, not for a moment should we hesitate about what policy we should pursue. We should pursue a firm policy.
Rests on those guarantees. comes to the security guarantees, what is the current status of that? I know the president earlier today mentioned boots on the ground would be UK, France, Germany possibly, but unequivocally said no U.S. troops on the ground, but U.S. coordination. Can you elaborate on that, and what would the red lines be?
Sure. Well, you got to the heart of what I was going to say to all of you today on security guarantees, which is the president has definitively stated U.S. boots will not be on the ground in Ukraine, but we can certainly help in the coordination and perhaps provide other means of security guarantees to our European allies. The president understands security guarantees are crucially important to ensure a lasting peace, and he has directed his national security team to coordinate with our friends in Europe and also to continue to cooperate and discuss these matters with Ukraine and Russia as well.